Hello and welcome to Note There's Only Trash Here podcast, episode 43. The date today is the 16th of February 2014. So, this week, joining me as always is the tenacious MrMuckluckable.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it's like the first word that popped into my head for whatever reason.
But I don't agree with it, but okay.
You'll agree with it, alright?
Alright.
You don't sound too happy.
I'm not too tenacious, am I? Alright.
Okay, I'll change it, it's fine. To the... No, we'll stick with that. But also, joining us this week is the tenacious Cowscrazy.
So I get to be tenacious now? Moo!
Well, he didn't like it. Somebody's got to be tenacious.
Well, I don't like it either.
Well, somebody
I
has to.
tenacious.
Somebody has to take the hit.
Why don't you be tenacious?
Because I'm lovely.
Tenacious
No.
Tom. That works.
Damn it, it
Yeah,
does work.
exactly. Tenacious Tom.
TT.
I think it's catching on. There we go. Oh, it's already trending on Twitter. There we go.
Damn it.
Good. Tenacious Tom.
Well, it's good to be, known for something, even if it is being tenacious.
Well,
Don't you rejected it, so you shut up, alright? I'm taking a
pioneer.
hit. I'm doing this for you.
Okay.
And also you, Cowscrazy.
Yay!
So, Cows, it's been a while, but welcome back to the podcast.
Woohoo! I love being on the podcast.
So I have to say, before we get into it, you recently did Mario Kart? Is that how you
Yes,
say
I
it?
did. Mario Kart.
And I have to say, I think it was a big success.
I do too. I think it was the best contest I've run so far. I truly enjoyed it.
And even though that whore Peach failed me, I still had a good time being part of it.
Well, if there was an award for the most impressive comeback, it would be you. Because
Yes.
at one point, you were not only in last, but you were so far in last, it was pretty damn sad.
Oh. I think
So-
that deserves a trophy in itself, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, and at one point, you almost put yourself into trophy contention. It's just the last couple of weeks you screwed up again. But
Damn it!
But there in the middle, you were almost clawing right back into it.
Listen, I never win anything, but I do like to jump around the leaderboard, just have a good time with it, just mess around.
Well, you were all over the place, other than first, second, or third.
Obviously. Okay, here's the thing. Here's what happened, right? At the beginning, I tried and lost every single time, obviously. And then I was like, screw it, I don't care anymore. I'll just try and come in last. And when I did that, I started guessing correctly, and it shot me right back up. So then I just kind of averaged out to 7th in the end.
Well, that's what happens with a luck-based contest. So
Well, yeah, I guess so.
it's not like there was any skill involved in this.
Well, you say that, but Tails was like constantly, like he was in first for the whole time, I think.
Yep. Almost the whole time until about week 13. He actually fell off from first.
Is that the final week?
No, week 16 was the final week. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So around race 13, just shortly after I stopped posting the standings, he actually fell off.
Well, I was, because you kept that video up, so I did keep going back to that video and being like, right, where am I at this point in time? I think that person didn't pick well, so I think I'm above them, and I couldn't quite do it, but I was referring back to that video.
Yeah.
You get into it because it's like Mario Kart. You don't realize just how frantic and crazy it is until you want one individual person to win. It's like,
Well, I've had so much fun with it. I probably plan on doing it again for another Mario Kart.
nice.
So it'll probably be sooner than I took a long gap between this one and Mario Kart Wii, but I think I'll do another one in the summertime just because this was so much fun.
Well, would it be Mario Kart 8, which was featured in the recent Nintendo Direct?
Probably not, because I'm not a scumbag who does first day LPs. You all know who you are, lowlifes. But yeah, I'm not that kind of scumbag. But I might do one at the same time as it comes out, just to feed off the hype. But I'll probably do another game. Like I was thinking Double Dash, actually.
Oh. See, Double Dash is like... I remember loving it at the time, but when I returned to it recently, it's just... I think it's aged a little.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm kind of worried about. I haven't played Double Dash since probably Mario Kart Wii came out. I probably haven't played it, but I remember loving Double Dash at the time. I thought it was great, and I really didn't love any of the Mario Kart series until then. I thought they were just okay.
Wait, you didn't like 64?
No, I hated 64.
Oh, you just hate the N64, don't you?
I'm not a big fan of it when it comes right down to it. No, I'm not actually.
Damn it! I thought I was calling you out there.
I hated. I thought it was clunky. I didn't like the controls. I thought it was slow. I didn't really like the game much.
Oh no, yeah, just hate my childhood a bit more. Why don't you just?
And I still thought the AI was pretty stupid. Still, I didn't like where the AI was. I thought Double Dash, they really caught on to some good AI. They just didn't go in this mindless, I'm first, no, I must come second, and I must come third pattern. You know, they had some actual... It's like the computer racers were actually competing to try to win and not just follow this set pattern. So, that's what I really liked about Double Dash.
Okay, so with 64, you didn't like that game, but did you play like the clones, like Diddy Kong Racing or Crash Team Racing?
Not Crash Team Racing, no, and Diddy Kong I did not have at the time, but I've picked up a copy in the last couple of years since I've seen LPs of it and stuff like that, and the remake got popular for the DS? Yeah, it was DS, right? So, and it's really freaking hard. It's really freaking hard. Like, I'm just like, wow, this thing is insanely hard. So, I try it every once in a while, but I'm really bad at it. Like,
well, I bring up those two games because Mario Kart 64, I liked the AI because in Diddy Kong Racing and other races at that time, they were using rubber band AI, where, you know, if they were too far behind, they always caught up, and there was always like a small margin that someone could be in the lead or be behind.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that while playing Diddy Kong, and I'm just like, whoa, okay. So no matter how hard I try, they're just going to catch up. So.
But seeing how we're talking about Mario Kart, we should talk about Mario Kart 8. Should get onto that. So, what are your... Before we get into the big news, what are your general impressions of this new Mario Kart?
Waluigi's back.
Is that all you need?
That's all I needed to see. To know that he wasn't overlooked again like Mario Kart 7. That was a travesty. Just to see him in the trailer makes me feel so much better.
But you can play as Honeybee.
Screw the Honeybee.
But what about Lakitu?
I don't mind the Lakitu, but like, come on, you just don't take one of your staple characters out. And I know he doesn't have a game, but he should have a game. Why does Waluigi not have a game? Why was Waluigi not in Luigi Brothers U? Like, he should have been one of the characters there. Or he could have been the enemy, you know?
Well, like Super Mario Land 3, something like that.
Why isn't he there? It should be Waluigi as your extra playable characters.
Well, he just showed up to play tennis, and now he's still around.
He just showed up to play tennis.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it because I loved 7, and I think it's like one of the better ones because the problem with like the recent Mario Kart is that I can't enjoy them that much in single player because once you play in 150cc, it's too luck based, especially the Wii one. So I didn't even bother to beat that game. But with 7, I actually could do it. Sure, there was a couple of times where I got right to the end and, you know, got hit by a red shell and I was really annoyed, but it didn't happen as much. So the idea that it's Mario Kart 7 but in HD and just better courses and more characters, I mean, that's what makes me really excited about it.
Well, we'll see if the AI is the same. I'm kind of hoping not because I didn't really mind the AI in Mario Kart Wii. I actually really liked it, and I don't know. I just think that's the way those kind of group, kind of Mario games are. Like there's a lot. They usually make them really luck based. You know, like
Well, I guess, but
like there's a certain element of skill involved still, but like at the end of the day, they try to make their games that no matter how good you are, you know, the odd time somebody that's absolutely horrible can defeat you.
well, yeah, but there's like a balance. Like with the original Mario parties that had that balance quite well, where it's like, yeah, you might get a bonus star by getting lucky, but if you're really good at the game, you're going to do well at the mini games. You're going to know what you're doing, and you're going to ultimately win. So
Yeah.
Mario Kart had that before, but I think it kind of lost it with Wii.
I didn't really feel that way, but we can agree to disagree.
Well, I don't think so. I think you're being a bit tenacious.
Oh, I am, huh?
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
But also, it's just, I don't know, it's just HD Mario Kart. I know you shouldn't care that much about graphics, but it looks just amazing from the trailers. Just so good.
I don't care about what the trailer looks like. I have been fooled by trailers way too many times. Trailers mean nothing. There is no way what we saw was actual gameplay. There's no way. I don't buy that for a second.
What do you mean, not actual gameplay?
That is just a rendered. That's like their opening cutscene or whatever that's going to show. That's not the way the game's going to look when you're actually playing the game.
I think it is, though, because I think they just recorded a race, and you know how in the other Mario Karts they have those like dramatic camera angles at the end?
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's just that.
Okay. Maybe then it's the dramatic camera angles at the end. I could see that. But just the way it looked, it didn't look like that's the camera angles you're going to be at when you're actually racing.
Well, there is some footage of E3 because they did have some boost there. I mean, it's off screen, but you can still tell that it looks really good.
Well, I hope the upside down thing doesn't become a gimmick. I think they did well with the flying and the underwater stuff for Mario Kart 7. That they didn't abuse it to a point where it becomes stupid. So I'm hoping they do the same thing with the upside down racing. They don't go overboard on it.
I think they will, because they also have to fit in the water stuff and the flying stuff in this one. So there's a chance that it might be just a big mess with all the different gimmicks. But
yeah,
I have a little faith in them that they'll balance it just right.
I hope so.
So Joe, what do you think about Mario Kart 8?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see it. I just watched the trailer now. I can't get excited for Mario. I can't get excited for racing games in general.
But it's Mario Kart. Everyone can jump in and be, hey, got you with a green shell. Hey, just have a good time.
Yeah, if you have people to play it with. That sounds really sad.
If I had friends, I'll play it.
I don't have siblings or anything to play it with, so it's just like, that's it really.
And also that you don't have a Wii U, I guess that would be a little bit of a problem.
I can imagine if you've got a Wii U, you're kind of clinging to games like that. So
well, let's not say clinging, let's just say excited, all right?
Okay, excited for.
Yeah, that's right. You're outnumbered now. It's 2 against 1 when it comes to the Wii U, even though you've never slagged it off. But you don't have one, so you're not in our club.
Oh, fine. I see how it is.
Yeah, you go back and play your PS3.
Okay.
Damn it. We got Mario Kart.
Well, you know, it looks nice. And so what's the thing that you can go upside down?
Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's going to be this time.
Yeah, it's like an automatic thing where you can go on the walls and you'll just stick to it, and you can go like upside down and all that kind of crazy stuff.
Oh, okay. Hence why it's like the 8 is like that.
The Mobius strip.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Now, do you think they figured that out with the 8 after the upside down gimmick, or do you think they made this special 8 and then made the upside down gimmick based on the 8 itself?
Well, I like
what was the gimmick for 7?
the
Water and the flying, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
7 looks a bit like. Is it like a hang glider?
A little bit. It's not
There you go.
symmetric.
I don't know
what
if
it
they
is.
did that on purpose, but yeah, it's possible.
9 could be
Oh boy.
a.
Here we
Oh
go.
God, what could 9 be?
9 is like. It's
Wow.
like a music note, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure. That
So
works.
maybe there could be some kind of musical thing here. I don't know. I don't know how you make that a gimmick. I don't
Like
know.
that music in Mario Kart 7, that music level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You could do something bigger on that. I don't know.
It could be Donkey Konga mixed with Mario Kart.
Oh, there we go. Everybody's gonna love that.
Mario Konga. Get it now in stores.
Or a 9 could be an upside down ladle, and it could be something to do with cooking soup, maybe.
Cooking Mama mixed with Mario Kart.
Yeah, there we go.
That's all it's going to be.
It could just be Mario Kart 6, but upside down.
What,
was
so
Mario
the
Kart
Wii
6?
one, just upside down.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
You got to turn your
Or
TV
an
upside
apostrophe.
down.
So many possibilities of 9. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it could be like a grammar thing, where you just
Mm.
put grammar in sentences with blue shells.
Do you know what? After this discussion, I think I'm gonna skip on Mario Kart 8, and I'm just gonna wait for Mario Kart 9 because we're pumping it up big now.
Yeah, just
yeah.
start talking about it now, where people are like, hey, what about Mario Kart 8? It's like, forget that. There could be ladles in the new one afterwards. But they did, in Mario Kart 7, they did force in 7, because there was that item where you get 7 items.
Yes, that's true. I didn't mind that actually because they actually kept that rare.
Yeah.
It was pretty rare that actually showed up. So
Well, it's a lot rarer than blue shells, sadly.
yes, it's more rare than blue shells. That's right.
But no, so it's quite interesting with Mario Kart though, because out of every game coming out this year, I think out of the ones we know about, I think Mario Kart 8 is the one that can save the Wii U, or has the best chance at least. Because I guess there's Bayonetta 2, but no one brought the first one. X, but no one really brought the first one. And then Smash Brothers, but I think out of the two, Mario Kart has a bigger following behind it.
Also, Smash Brothers will be on the 3DS, so and that's sold way more as it is. So I don't see that being the game to drive people to the Wii U. Because like if you already have a 3DS, then you can just get it on that, right? So, I think Mario Kart 8's gonna be that game that like, if you really love Mario Kart, then yeah, you're probably gonna go get a 3DS for. I mean, a Wii U.
But the question is, because I think Mario Kart Wii sold 30 million copies, but they've all got to be casual fans. So the question is, are those casual fans going to then see like if they release a Mario Kart 8 bundle with the Wii U, are they going to now jump on top of it?
No.
Oh,
I
good.
don't see why not.
Conflicting opinions. But I want
Say
to.
no for the sake of it.
I'm gonna say like, I would guess no. I mean, I hope it happens, but I'm gonna side on the side of no because they didn't buy the Wii U for Super Mario 3D World or New Super Mario Bros. U.
That's true. That's true. But at first glance, I wasn't really impressed with Mario 3D World just by looking at it. But once I actually started to play it, I've really enjoyed the game, and I thought it was excellent. But just by the demos and looking at it, I don't think the presentation has been there. Like I don't think Nintendo's done very well at marketing their games lately, and they give the impression it's just it's more of the same. But like they've done a good job of mixing nostalgia with something new at the same time, and I don't know. It really does take you to actually play these games, to actually appreciate them.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the
because
same thing. It's on the way up to launch, it looked like nothing special, but then you get
like
into
nothing
it.
Special. Especially after playing Mario 3D Land on 3DS.
Oof.
Like that was an okay game for a handheld. And if I expected the same experience on my Wii U, I was going to be sadly disappointed. And it's not. But yet the name and just the way it is, and it gave you the impression it was going to be that same type of game. And I don't know, it's not. It's so much more.
Well, you can't advertise that though. You can't be like,
no, you can't, and that's the hard part. Is like I don't think Nintendo's doing a good job at it. I don't know how you improve upon it. I don't have no suggestions, but I just don't think they're doing that great of a job of getting that across to people that this is different. Just the whole fact that they called it Wii U too, like, like come on, like you don't think you're gonna confuse people? People are really, I'm sorry, people are really, really stupid.
oh okay? No.
Yes, they are. People are stupid. None of you people that are listening, because you're obviously smart, because you're listening to this podcast.
All four of you, you're all great.
Exactly. Everybody else, though, is really, really stupid, and they just don't. People have to be told what to do now, and I don't think they're telling them what to do correctly.
But it's baffling with 3D World though, because apart from GTA 5, it was like the most critically acclaimed game that came out in the holiday season, like by far. Like especially on the next gen consoles. I don't even know what came second. Maybe Forza 5 got came close, but not that close. So if people won't even listen to the reviews, then I don't know what they'll listen to.
I don't know either. Maybe they'll listen to us.
Well, maybe. Just maybe. Probably not, though.
Doubtful, yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on to Super Smash Bros. Because at the beginning of the Nintendo Direct, it was announced that Little Mac was going to be coming to the new one. And I think that's really cool. I don't really know that much about Punch-Out. I have it because it was free on the Wii U, but I'm not that into it. But I think the coolest thing about this is that they're still keeping to the classic Nintendo franchises. So just from that perspective, or that angle, I think it's really cool.
From that angle, I also think it's cool. But for me, if Mega Man doesn't get me excited enough to buy this game, nothing will.
But they're going like, I don't know how many characters they confirmed before Brawl came out, but I think they're up to like 27, I want to say. It's in the 20s by this point. So I don't know if there's going to... Like, in Brawl, was there any surprises when it first came out in terms of the characters?
I don't own any of these games, so I couldn't tell you.
Damn it.
This is
because
not my area.
Because I know they announced, like, Sonic and Snake or whatever, but it just feels like to me that they're either going to have a
you're looking for like a surprise that they don't tell, and then you find out as you're playing.
Yeah, like you're just playing the game, and then suddenly like a character comes up, and you're like, oh my god. Like I remember when I first played Melee, I didn't know anything about it. So all the characters I unlocked, I had no idea. I was like, Falco, oh awesome, that's really cool. And then Jigglypuff, cool, I guess. And
yeah, I don't think that's the right way to go, though. At least with, like, a character as big as Little Mac. Like, you can't put that into the game as just a wait-and-see surprise. Like, I think that's the right move, is to announce it.
Oh, yeah.
You have to get people excited, and another reason to buy this game, you know? So, I don't know. Jigglypuff, though, like, if you're gonna do, like, I would say that would be an in-game surprise if you're going to put like a Pokemon character in there. Okay. Then, yeah, that's an in-game surprise. You don't have to pump people up that like this little Pokemon's in there. That's not necessary.
Because I know that there's one particular Pokemon that everyone really wants back for this game that was in Melee, and that's Pichu. You know, everyone really wants that little guy back.
They took him out?
Yeah, he wasn't in a Brawl.
That seems weird to me.
Well, he was awful. And that was a joke. It's Mewtwo that people want back, but they haven't quite confirmed it yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hilarious.
Thanks, Joe.
see, that just proves I don't know anything. I didn't know that was a joke.
Damn it. I assure you it was hilarious. I'm going to add in some laughs just so it seems like it was funny. All the Smash fans. Ah, yes. Thank you very much. Damn it.
You can just cut out that middle bit now until the laugh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or we could just do it again. Hey,
Right.
hey, cows.
Set it up. All right.
Hey, cows. There's a character that everyone wants back in Super Smash Brothers.
Which one would that be?
It's Pichu.
Oh boy.
Okay, and that's a wrap. That was great,
I had a
people.
good
The Pichu joke is going to take the internet by storm. I can just see it now.
Hashtag Pichu.
Free Pichu. You monster.
Oh dear.
You don't know this, cows, but when MrMuckluckable does his streams, he spends most of the time trying to trap and kill people. That's what it usually comes down to.
That's very friendly there.
Only on simulation games.
You only play simulation games, though.
Well, it's just a bit of fun. They're only little pixels. No damage is dealt.
Well, to the viewers, it's more emotional, I would say.
Yeah, that's true. They can stop watching.
But then it would be even sadder then if everyone just left and it was just you streaming to no one, just killing Sims characters. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that would be a horrible situation to be in. I would have to question where my life was heading if that was the case.
Just killing Sims characters.
You just
On
start
your own.
naming them. And this one's Bowlington.
Oh God. Anyway, are you going to ask me my thoughts on Super Smash Brothers? Because I assure you, I have many.
I can tell you the
Oh.
Pichu joke.
No, I don't really. But all I want to know is who is Little Mac? I have no idea who this person is.
Well,
He's the boxer dude.
yeah, you know Punch Out?
What, the really old game?
Yeah.
Oh. Wasn't Mario in that game?
He was a referee. Yeah.
Oh. That seems like alright.
What?
Did people really want him? Or
Oh,
was it like a surprise?
yeah, it's just the whole point in Smash Brothers is that it celebrates all of Nintendo's franchises. So it's awesome because it's one of the lesser known ones. So it's nice that it's going to get represented in this game.
Well, they did try to put out that Punch Out Wii game,
Sure.
but I don't think that was very good.
Well, I think people liked it, but it was just a straight up remake of the first one, from what I could tell.
Yeah, probably.
But so was a Super Punch Out, wasn't it?
Sort of. Just, but where do you really go with that franchise? Like, seriously, it's pattern boxing. Like, you figure out the pattern and you hit him in the face, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I think in the Wii one you could use the balance board and do it like that.
That's true.
It's not good, but you can do it.
You're really selling this game.
Yeah, go buy Punch Out on the Wii, I guess. I can't recommend it though, because I have the NES one, but I'm terrible at it. I just can't do it. I just get knocked out every time.
Can you at least beat Glass Joe?
Well, listen, he was a tough one, alright? But I did manage to do it. I did shatter him.
I've beaten Glass Joe blindfolded.
Really?
Yeah, I did it as stream once.
That's pretty cool.
You have to listen. It's all about the listening, because he makes so many sounds and stuff like that you just know. He basically telegraphs what he's doing by his sounds.
So couldn't you do that with the other fighters?
You could if you were really good, but Glass Joe is obviously the easiest one to start with.
Well, I think we should move on from Punch Out because
I don't know what's weirder: killing Sims on your own or blindfold Punch Out. That's really interesting to pick between. I'd watch either of those streams.
I'm gonna go for being blindfolded punching Sims.
That's
Ooh, Ooh, that could be interesting.
Yeah. Literally punching your TV. Yeah.
Be a very short stream, because you might have to go to the hospital or TV repair place, wherever those are.
The way you prioritise your TV getting repaired over like glass in your hands and things.
Well, listen, hands repair themselves automatically. TVs don't.
Hands repair themselves.
You could be like a crap Wolverine with like these little glass shards in your... Yeah, that could work.
Like, ow, my hand hurts, but in 2 weeks it won't.
So you think if you put your hand to a television that your hand's going to be back to normal in 2 weeks?
Well, you might have to take out some of the shards, and there might be a bit of scarring maybe, I don't know, I haven't done it. But you could still use it, play some Punch-Out afterwards in 2 weeks.
There's a plan.
Yeah. Alright, so next game. What are we going to do? We could quickly go through the 3DS games, because there are some coming out, but none of them really stand out to me as being like, that looks awesome. So the first one is Mario Golf World Tour, which is, it's Mario Golf on the 3DS. So
I'm probably more inclined to play this on the 3DS than I would if they put it out on a console, just because it seems like one of those games that you can play for like 10 or 15 minutes while you're on the go somewhere, and then just put it down.
Well,
and not really care.
Well, it's golf. I mean, you can't really sit down and just play golf anymore. I mean, I did that when I was a kid on the N64, but I was a sad kid. So I think it does make more sense on the 3DS, but I still probably won't get it.
So if you play this game for a long period of time while you're sitting in your room all alone, you're a sad kid.
Certainly are. I stand by that. Because I lock myself in it, so I'm allowed to. Right, next one is Kirby Triple Deluxe, and because I'm a British gamer, I don't care about Kirby.
It's funny because I tried to care about Kirby again, but I've kind of lost interest in him.
Oh, the Canadians hate Kirby too.
I don't know if I hate him.
You hate him. It's fine.
I tried to like him and I didn't.
You despise him. It's fine.
You keep saying him. Is Kirby a boy?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was a girl.
Yeah, he's a little effeminate, I would say.
Nintendo were taking a strong stance against homophobia back in the day, and they did a lot of good work.
Now, it's not clear that he is gay. It's possible he's just one of those metrosexuals.
That eats everyone.
Well, yeah.
Damn metrosexuals.
They love putting things in their mouths, so.
Now, there's an easy joke there.
I think that was subtle and implied, and we should just let it be.
I think it was something to do with Pichu again, but I don't want to say it.
You got to let go of that joke.
No!
It's not working.
It will work.
Now, move on.
No.
No one's laughing.
Damn it. Well, I can edit in that clip from before and say everyone is laughing. You gave me the ammo, okay? You got to blame yourselves here.
I do blame myself.
Oh, no, come on, that's sad. Alright, the next one, Yoshi's New Island. Which, I'm not a big Yoshi's Island fan, and this one just seems to be more the same, so I'm not too fussed.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Yoshi's Island either. I have the Game Boy version, so it was okay, but I don't know, I didn't really get into it that much.
Well, it's good and charming and whatever, but my major problem was it focused on exploration, but when you died, you lost all of it. So you get to, most of the way through a level, you spend the whole time exploring the level, getting all the different red coins, finding all the secret places, and then you accidentally fall in a bottomless pit, instantly die, and you have to do it all over again.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and I found that very frustrating and why I couldn't continue playing that game for a long period of time, because you feel like you'd put so much time and effort into one level, exploring it all, and then just I felt like times I put like 20 minutes into like one level, just exploring the whole thing, and then somewhere near the end you would fall into a pit, and then you'd just be like, well, that was one gigantic waste of time.
It's weird though, because they seem to be aware of it, because they have the health system. You know, you don't just die in 2 hits like Mario, or pretty much like Mario.
Yeah.
There's a health system, but then it completely goes out the window because there's instant kill pits in most of the levels.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking there.
Yes, it's why I like the DS game slightly more, because there's a lot less bottomless pits.
They should add more checkpoints.
Yeah, they got to do, or just let it so if you collect a collectible, you keep it even if you die, so you don't have to go back there.
Yeah, that'd be okay.
It just seems like if there was just a subtle change. I mean, it's not a bad game now, but some people describe it as like platforming perfection, but I think it's close, but it's not there.
Perfection? I wouldn't say that.
Well, just some people really love that game, and I think most of that just comes from its unique and pretty much one of a kind. So if you liked it, then it's like, oh wow, that's awesome, because it didn't run itself into the ground. Although it might have done with this new one.
Is this the one that you did a review on? The one you're talking about now?
Yeah, Yoshi's Island DS.
Are you sure you just don't have a lot of bad memories from the response you had?
No, that one, I gave it a good review overall. I mean, I did say some negative things. It's Jack 2 is the main one that I got bad response from. But Yoshi's Island, most people are like, yay, good job, guy. And I'm like, yay, me.
Oh, I thought one of them you were just like, people just really hated you.
well, that's most of them, sure. It's a safe bet to say, oh,
that's because he's tenacious.
Yeah, I'm just far too tenacious for my own good. No, there is one.
Okay.
There is one like that. I can't think of it now, though. But I gave that game a good review.
Okay.
Alright, so the last of the 3DS games are... or the 2 free-to-play ones. I can't remember the name of one of them, but I know the other one is Still Diver. And it's Still Diver. It's... who cares? It's so stupid.
I can't believe that game's getting a sequel. Like, that just makes no sense to me.
But did you see, in the trailer they showed, Peppy was in it?
Was he really?
Yeah, he was like...
I missed that.
He wasn't like a 3D model, he was just talking to you at the bottom, like in the square, there was a picture of Peppy.
Weird.
It is weird.
That is what I initially thought, too, was the submarine level from Star Fox when I first saw it, but maybe they were thinking the same thing, and that's why he's there.
Yeah, it's weird because, yeah, that level in Star Fox was awesome. So if they did a Star Fox game that was just underwater, it might seem a bit odd, but it'll probably be really cool and fun to play. But instead we have a very realistic submarine game instead from Nintendo. And is this...
with a talking rabbit.
Yeah, with a talking rabbit.
A very realistic sub-game with a talking rabbit.
Yeah, like, what happened? Who made this? It must have been made on such a small budget so no one really cared.
What was the other free-to-play game?
Oh, I don't know.
And I love how they're doing this after, like, recently they've came out and said they have no interest in making free-to-play games.
Well, they said a while back they were looking into it, and then I think Miyamoto was like, Still Diver might work, and apparently it does work. I don't know, but I don't know. I think they're like really cautious about it because, you know, EA got all that bad press about Dungeon Keeper, and it's like Nintendo have these really weird standards when it comes to making games, which means that they won't break the mold in certain ways, but they will in others. Like, they try and keep a really tight gameplay experience, so they won't do certain sort of games, but they will do like 3D Land and 3D World because the gameplay's tight. So I think they were just very paranoid about the core gameplay involving some sort of microtransactions and stuff like that.
What is Still Diver?
Well, you know...
I don't even know what the hell you're saying.
We have this huge conversation, and then he just chimes in with, "So, what is that again?"
You have a 3DS. You must have played it for many hours, Still Diver.
No.
Well,
this was one of their amazing launch games that forced you to buy a 3DS because you just had to have Steel Diver.
I know I did. Yeah, the Steel Diver was pretty much responsible for everyone saying the 3DS sucks when it first got launched.
But what do you do?
You're a submarine.
Oh.
That's about it.
Yeah, there's not much to it.
What do you do as a submarine?
You
just dive.
Yeah.
You dive.
You're made of steel.
Mm-hmm.
Steel Diver.
It's in the name. It's in the name.
I should have known.
But that's really it. You're just a submarine, and sometimes you fight other submarines, and sometimes you just swim around as a submarine.
Okay.
And Nintendo made it.
Right. Have you played this game?
No, it's about submarines. It's dumb.
Did anyone play this game?
Oh, good question.
Why are they making it again?
Because it's free
now.
Yeah, it's free to play. You can download it right now on your 3DS and play some Still Diver.
We realized that this game was so bad that this is how much the first game should be. Free!
Yeah.
Right. Okay then. When's it coming out?
It is out.
Oh, it's already out?
Yeah.
Should I go and download it right now?
Mm-hmm.
I should do that, shouldn't I?
Yeah, do it right now.
Let's all download it during the podcast.
Then we'll have an online match of Still Diver. Okay, I'm gonna float over here now.
Well, like live commentary?
Yep. We won't even show the screens, we'll just talk about it.
I'm gonna attack you now?
Firing Missile 1. That's a miss.
You sunk my battleship.
No, that's far too exciting. This is submarines.
Okay.
You slightly hit my submarine, is the news phrase.
I can't wait.
Well, the one cool thing about Still Diver is that during the Nintendo Direct, we were like, here's a brand new game, download it now. Because nobody knew about it, and now you can just download it straight away. So, even though no one wants it, it's kind of cool the way they announced it and then released it straight away.
And what was the other free-to-play game?
Ah, you're still asking that question, damn. I don't know.
Is it possible the other game is worse than Steel Diver, and that's why we can't remember it?
That would be a stretch.
Or would Steel Diver just be so bad, and that's why it's memorable?
Yeah, it's so like the company that made Mario, Zelda, Metroid, submarine game, like it's now in their portfolio, so it kind of stands out as being that one weird one that it's kind of weirdly realistic and nobody cared about.
Okay, I've done my research now.
Ooh.
You want to know, apparently, the second one is Rusty's Real Deal Baseball.
Yes! I totally remember that now.
That sounds great. I love baseball and Rusty.
And I'm just sure that you UK people are just so excited for the baseball.
Oh yeah. Love it. Come on, you I gotta know at least one baseball team. The Mets? Is that a baseball team?
Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
Thank you.
Woo! Out of 30 MLB teams, the only one he can pick out of his hat is my favorite one.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah! Go Mets!
Well, they got a lot of promise, the Mets, alright? A lot of promise.
Yes, they do. They're going to be a horribly great team this year.
Can you play as them in Rusty's... What was it called again?
I don't know. But just from the title, I'm going to say this is not licensed by the MLB.
Oh, damn it.
This looks just like Wii Sports.
And everyone loved baseball in Wii Sports, right, guys?
Oh, God.
Actually, it was pretty bad.
It was horrendous. I hated it. Baseball was the one that made me throw my Wiimote when I was playing it. It was so stressful.
Oh, I was going to say by accident. Okay, right, no.
No, sadly not. It was just so... It's like, okay, you swing, you hit it, you get a home run. Awesome. You do the exact same thing, it just goes behind you. It's just like, I did the same movement. I hate it.
It was... Yeah, and I remember trying to do challenges, and that was a bad idea.
There was just no precision. It's weird because they took it out of a Wii Sports Resort, but it probably could have really done with the Motion Plus.
Oh, did they have table tennis on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the one I would have liked.
Table
Did you
tennis
actually do
was
spin
pretty
and stuff, like top spin and back spin and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was never good enough to do it, but you can.
that's cool. They should do that. Screw Rusty and his real deal baseball.
Rusty's Real Deal table tennis. Wait,
Yeah,
who the
right,
hell is Rusty? I've never heard of Rusty.
I don't know who Rusty is either.
Rusty, looking at his pictures, is a dog.
Well, why? Why a dog?
Rusty, wait, where's the picture gone?
Huh.
Rusty Slugger is his name.
What?
Is the dog gonna play baseball?
I would like to think so.
How does a dog own its own, like, baseball company or setup? It's a dog.
Don't underestimate his power.
Well, yeah, I won't. He's very
He looks like a
successful.
pretty sad or drunk dog, too. Now that I'm looking at him.
Wait, so do you just play as dogs in the game?
No, I think the dog just makes you buy stuff. Because you have to haggle. You have to haggle with him. I remember this now. He was telling you gotta haggle. Like you can buy extra stuff for $4, but you can try to haggle with Rusty and lower the price.
It's a dog.
I see this picture. Trust me, pal. This game is legit. Rusty wouldn't lie to you. Rusty's interesting.
It's still a dog.
Rufus, Rustus, Johnson, Brown. What you gonna do when the sun goes down?
Why has he got so much nose hair?
Dogs, they can't trim it, I guess.
But he's got a comb over as well. This is such a weird character.
Right, I'm going to Google now. All right, I need to see this.
That's pathetic, actually. I feel a little sorry for him. It looks like he's down on his luck.
Don't, he's got his own baseball setup.
Well, it looks like I think he's a little drunk, actually.
Rusty's
I'm
dumb
sensitive.
baseball.
Maybe an alcoholic.
game.
He's
He probably-
56.
What?
Well, you know, he is affiliated with baseball, and the only way that game is entertaining is when you're drinking. So that would make sense.
Jesus, so you all go out, get drunk, and then you get baseball bats, and you just see what happens.
Oh no, you have to be drunk to play the game. Playing baseball is actually kind of fun. Watching baseball, you need to get drunk.
Isn't that most American sports, though?
Not hockey. Oh, but that's not an American sport. That's a Canadian sport.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, oh God. This is so dumb. And why is it? Why is it?
I would say most American sports are designed to either for you to get drunk or to gamble on it. One or the other.
Oh, this guy's a...
And if you're not doing one or the other, it's not entertaining.
See, that's why I don't get why Americans slag off cricket. I mean, I don't like cricket, but that's what you do with cricket. You just kind of get drunk and watch the game. I mean, you have to get drunk over 5 days, but you can get that done.
I don't understand why it takes 5 days. But yeah, I would have to get drunk if all I'm doing is waiting for a guy to run back and forth between 2 wickets.
But yeah, you just kind of have it on. But surely baseball is the same, where you don't really pay that much attention. It just kind of happens, and it's like, my team's doing well overall.
Yeah, pretty much. You don't really pay attention. Maybe you read a book or you're doing something else, and then you hear the guy hit the ball finally, and you kind of pay attention, and you're like, oh, okay, the guy caught it, and you quickly go back to whatever else you're doing. But if it lands, then maybe you pay attention for maybe 25 or 30 seconds and watch the guy run around a little bit. But that's about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of downtime.
I don't like this Rusty character.
That's why I highly recommend everybody become hockey fans, because there is no downtime. You have to pay attention all the time. It's excitement. It's like excitement all the time. Hockey!
It's either goal scoring or violence.
Which can now transition us into our next topic, which was
NES Remix 2.
Ice hockey's in it. I'm so excited. I'm pumped up. I'm very excited. I recently, in the last couple of weeks, I've actually bought in Remix 1, and I'm having a hell of a lot of fun with it. This is what I would say they're doing it right. They have taken this concept of, I don't know if they're going to do this free-to-play thing right, but they've taken the same kind of concept of a phone game almost, where like you take little mini games and stuff and make them really short, but they've done it really fun. They've taken their own games and they've made new spins on them, and this is excellent. I really love this stuff, because like I can just pick up the game and try a few challenges for a little while, and then put it back down. I don't have to constantly feel like I have to push forward and beat a whole game. So it's like a really mini thing, but it's so much fun.
Well, I think they need to be pushing this sort of stuff forward, like NES Remix, because of the gamepad. Because you can just turn it on, play a couple of games, and then turn it off again.
Exactly. I lay in bed, before bed I play a couple of games, and then as I start to fade off to sleep, I shut it off and go to bed.
Like that, for me, with my Wii U, that's the biggest advantage of having the gamepad, is that, if I'm really into a game, I can sit down and play it for a while, have the full screen experience, but if I only want to play it for 20 minutes, it's so easy. It is like a phone game or a handheld. It's just right there.
Yeah, I think that's why they're putting this one out, because like the first one only came out in last November maybe, or whatever?
Yeah, I want to say it was announced at one of the Nintendo Directs. I'm not sure if it was the last one or the one before.
Yeah, so the fact that they're putting out a sequel to it already, and I like the fact that they realized probably the biggest criticism I would give of the first game is that it was all like really, really old games and probably just the launch titles from the NES, which is still fun and cool, but it would have been more fun to have put extra other games into it, and they're definitely doing that this time with the Mario 2 and 3 and Zelda 2 and Ice Hockey, which is great. I'm really excited for this. So,
have you heard how people are cheating the first game though and getting high scores?
No, and I don't know if I want to know, because I might be tempted to cheat myself.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you anyway. You don't have a choice, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Pretty much, people are getting high scores for like time ones, because apparently in the old original NES games, if you paused it and unpaused it, it didn't count for as much time. Like the pauses the timer for longer than it should, or something like that. Which means that people are in this remix are now just like tapping pause and moving forward at the same time, because it makes the seconds go a lot longer.
That's sad.
Huh.
Well,
you would think that would be an easy glitch to fix, though.
Yeah, it just kind of proves that they literally just lifted these games, put them on the Wii U, and then did like the remixing. They didn't go back and iron out all these weird little bugs that were in these old games.
Yeah, but the timer is completely separate from the original game, so then that's their own programming fault, because they didn't tie in the timer correctly with the pause feature.
Yeah, they messed up. It's just kind of funny how...
But it would seem like that shouldn't be that big of a deal to fix if they put out a quick patch for it.
Yeah, they should patch it, that's for sure, but...
But at the same time, I don't understand why people would cheat like that, because there's no real leaderboards. It's kind of personal glory here, so you're really only cheating yourself.
You know what people are like. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's why I like Rayman Legends and the way it handled those leaderboards and the challenges, because it's just weekly and daily. So you either get number one or you don't. There's no like static leaderboard, like...
Yeah, that's the way it was in what game was that they had? The soccer that they had for Wii. Yeah, for Wii.
Oh.
That was weekly and daily too.
What, the Mario one?
Yeah, the Mario Soccer. That was it.
Well, I think we have different names. I think it's Super Mario Strikers Charged.
Oh yeah, well yeah, okay. I didn't know the actual name of it, but that's it.
That might be the American one though. I'm not sure.
No, that's the name. Now that I think, actually say it.
No, but in Europe it's a different name. Can't remember it though, so it doesn't matter.
But yeah, that's the way they did the leaderboards there, and I found that more Yeah, fair, because if there was like an all-time leaderboard, I would have gave up quickly. But that actually kept me interested for, I don't know, a few months while I was actually playing the game.
I think it's the only way you can really beat hackers. Like, you just reset the challenges and you just kind of keep it going, so you can still get to the top of the leaderboard and be like, hey, look, I'm at the top, there's my name, but then it's not impossible to do because they're always being reset.
Yeah, well, that's the way they do it in Mario Kart 7 too, with the online thing. Is every month the leaderboards are wiped. So
really,
yeah.
Is that like that number, your player points or whatever it is?
Whenever you make a community online, yeah. So all the points would be wiped every month, so you can't be hogging the leaderboard all the time.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
I think it's like scaled though. It's not like every month that like everything gets set back to 0. It's like whatever you did previously will start to be deleted. So it only reflects what you've done.
Oh, so it's the last 30 days rather than.
Yeah, it's not like a complete wipe. It's just it will slowly start to take points away that you used to have.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. But Joe, would you like to know what NES Remix is?
Hey.
I was waiting for that question, actually.
Don't underestimate my ability to Wikipedia things.
Damn
while
it!
You're rambling away. I know what it is.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks good.
I was hoping you would explain what it is, just in case people don't know.
It is a collection of NES games that have challenges.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And now they've made a second one with different games.
Ah.
Which also has Punch-Out in it.
Ooh.
Oh, it'll have Punch-Out? Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's...
I didn't catch that one. Once I saw ice hockey up in the corner, that was it. That was enough for me.
Why did they pick ice hockey? I mean, that's pretty cool that they picked it, but why that one, do you think?
Because Nintendo actually made ice hockey, unlike the probably more popular Blades of Steel, which Konami made.
Oh.
But ice hockey was still good. And it's probably a good time. Well, it would have been better timing if they put this out like now, because it's all international hockey. So like it would have tied in with the Olympics. But
well, I feel like they pushed this announcement like early. They brought it forward because it doesn't come out until like April, and I swear the last one was like it was in the month that it got announced.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was looking for. I just don't
think they plan on doing another Nintendo Direct until after, so...
Yeah, maybe. But that's what I was looking for in this Nintendo Direct. It's like, okay, it's the first one since they said, we're not doing very well at all. There's got to be something in there that they brought forward. They got to bring their A game. And even though there wasn't any big surprises in there, I mean, I still think it was good, but if I had to guess anything, it would be NES Remix.
Yeah, I was really excited for that. I think they put Metroid into the list of games too.
Yeah, you can play as like Samus in Mario, stuff like that.
Yeah, they have challenges like that in the first one. Like I'm playing Donkey Kong, but instead of Mario, they put Link into it, and you can't jump, and you have to get all the way to the top, even with the barrels coming down. So I thought that was an interesting challenge. So if they do more mixes like that into this new one, I'll be very interested.
I mean, this might be a bit early to say, but with the third one, I think they got to do like an exclusive Capcom one or something like that. Just go to like Konami or Capcom or one of those companies and say, hey, can we have your games and we'll do another one.
If they're going to go to a third one, then yeah, they have to get more people, they have to get more rights holders to put them in here. Otherwise, if you're going to do another remix, it's going to be Super Nintendo Remix now.
Which would also be good, but there's still a lot of NES games they could do.
I just don't think there's a lot that they personally have that they could do.
But we could move on to the next piece of news, which I think they probably also brought forward. No, I'm not 100%, but if I was a betting man, is about GBA games. They finally said, hey, you remember how we said that Game Boy Advance games are coming to the Wii U? Well, that is actually going to happen. And in April, they're going to release Metroid Fusion, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga and Yoshi's Island for whatever reason.
I am not pleased. Not happy.
No?
No. This is not good enough in my mind. Not good enough in my mind. I've noticed a pattern here in their virtual console thing, is that they will never put out anything new. They won't even try to go and get other rights to other games or whatever. Like, yet again, they recently put out Super C. Where the hell's regular Contra? Why can they not get the rights to regular Contra? Like, I don't understand this. Like, this is like the third time they have released Super C for, like, different consoles on the virtual. And it just pisses me off. And yet again, they're doing the same thing here with the Game Boy Advance games. I'm sure you had to be an ambassador to get them on your 3DS, but these are the same games, again. And it's just boring. And you would think, I don't know, maybe it's too soon. Maybe it's because the 3DS is still backwards compatible with the DS. But I would have thought that the Wii U would be the perfect console to put some DS games out on.
Well, they said they were going to do it, but I guess this is going to come first, and DS games will come in the future, but
it's like,
not anytime soon.
You would have to really pick your DS game, because, like, obviously you couldn't pick a game that required both screens to stay together. But, like, there were those games where, like, they had to be together, kind of thing, just to really play it. But you could pick games where, like, one screen's the map and the other is the thing, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I used to be, like, on their side, but over the last few months, the virtual console on the Wii U has been, like, embarrassing. Like, they released Legend of Mystical Ninja again on the SNES, not even the N64 one. Like, the last few months have just been terrible. Like, nothing interesting has come on the Wii U console, or virtual console.
No, absolutely not, and it's very frustrating. When they do put something out, it's like something that could have already gotten on my Wii or my 3DS or whatever, and it's just like, where are these games that are from the past that they can't, like, what? At least tell us the reason. Like, you can't get these games. Like, especially, like, I think Contra really is the biggest oversight here. Why are they having such trouble getting the rights to this game? At least give me a reason. Yeah,
they should be more transparent. Like, just have, like, okay, here's the list of games that are coming in the next few months, or we're looking into to do, and if they don't happen, we'll say why. And I think people would kind of understand if it's like, oh, these are the games they're looking into. Okay, they look pretty good. And then if some of them don't make it, it's like, oh yeah, we couldn't make it work, or business, or these guys were being dicks. That's understandable, but when you're just silent and just, like, don't announce anything for the virtual console, it's great that they're finally doing Game Boy Advance games, but it is a little too late.
What was I going to say? Do you think they would actually put that as a reason down? People being dicks.
Well, maybe
like,
in
the official kind of announcement. It's like, can't get Contra, they're dicks.
At least they would be honest.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah,
or maybe once they finally do get it, just in the description of the game, it's like, we would like to thank Konami for not being dicks for once.
Just, yeah, right at the end.
Just throw it in there.
Yeah, why not?
But I don't know, I'm still kind of happy with this announcement because I love Metroid Fusion and I've never played Mario and Luigi and it's meant to be good. So for me, I'm going to be buying both those games and probably really enjoying them in April.
Is that when they come out?
Yeah. But did you see about the Japanese games though?
I didn't.
Well, pretty much they confirmed, like, I want to say it was 12 different Game Boy Advance games for Japan, which included the 3 we had, and then I think it was Advance Wars 1 and 2, trying to think, Golden Sun I think was in there, Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland I think was in there. They just confirmed a stupid amount, so like half of them are going to come out on the 3rd of April I think, then the rest are going to come out on the 30th. So
you might have saw that while, I don't know, maybe you get a different version of Nintendo Direct, because, like, there's this whole segment where like they flip over to like Nintendo of America guy, and he talks for like 20 minutes or whatever. So maybe you see that instead.
No, it wasn't in the Nintendo Direct. It came afterwards. I read it online.
Oh, okay. I had not heard about this at all.
Like in the Japanese Direct, I guess, they had a different list that was much longer than the European and American one. But I will say with the European Direct, there wasn't that much to really say about the exclusive stuff. It was Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, some Atlas RPG on the 3DS, probably another one as well, and then Nintendo Soccer or something, Nintendo Pocket Football Club, I think it was called, and that was about it for the European people.
Just out of curiosity, just for the information here, I've done a quick little research here, and I think I might have found out why Contra is not available on Nintendo for Virtual Console. And that answer, it's not a definitive answer, but it's a pretty good, it's a reasonable hypothesis. And that is because Contra was given a remake over style kind of thing for the Xbox.
Oh yeah, it was. It was ported to the Xbox Live Arcade.
It wasn't really ported. These graphics look upgraded, and it looks remade.
Oh.
From what I'm seeing, it looks like it's a remake of some sort. It's still the same game, but these look like vastly improved graphics over 8-bit.
I want to say they were both, though, because I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
Oh, maybe the 8-bit one is there too, but from the screenshots I'm seeing here, it looks way better.
That's
yeah, it says it's in high definition.
That's weird though. Why is it always one or the other? Like it's like Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie got put on Xbox, but not on the Wii.
That's because they own them now.
Well, yeah, but
like Microsoft owns Rare, so.
But Nintendo published the original games.
Yeah, but it's weird how that happens. They probably when they make the game, there's probably like who has more rights, like the software company or the game people that make it or the producers. There's probably some kind of legal crap that goes to it because obviously like Rare made all those Donkey Kong games, but Nintendo still owns Donkey Kong, so
yeah, it's just frustrating though that like they can never just say, "Hey, we'll just put it out on both," and just do it like that.
Yeah, exactly. So there must have been when they made this game or this remix for Microsoft, it must have come with some kind of deal that they can't do it for anybody else.
Oh yeah, Microsoft do a load of scumbag deals like that. Like with the Xbox One and the 360, if you release a multi-platform game, it has to come out on the 360 or the Xbox One at the same time as the other consoles, or that you're not allowed to do it.
Well, that is kind of scumbag, but at the same time, Konami didn't really have to agree to those terms. They could have been, do you want this thing's going to sell? Would probably make more with other companies. So, they didn't have to really agree.
Yeah,
but they did.
They're also scumbags.
Yeah.
Everyone's scumbag.
Yay!
Everyone's a scumbag. Everyone's a scumbag.
Okay, so I guess that really leaves X and Bayonetta 2. Now, the weirdest thing about X is that why doesn't it have a name? Like, they announced it over a year ago, or about a year ago at this point, and they still haven't given it a real name. In the list of stuff for Nintendo Direct, it still says new title from Monolith Software. It doesn't have a name.
I thought it was called X.
Well, that's what they refer to it, because in the trailer they have an X, but it's not the actual name. It's just to be like, hey, it's like Xenoblade, so an X.
I thought that's what it was called.
No.
Did anybody want to place bets when the name actually comes out? It will just be called X.
I'm gonna say no.
They might just get lazy and be like, I can't think of a name, so let's just call it X.
Yeah, it's like we already got the X. People love the letter X. Just ship it. Just get it out there.
Yeah, I like the letter X. It's a good letter. No,
it'll probably be called like Xenoblade something, because there was Xenoblade Chronicles, and I'm guessing they're going to stay with Xenoblade. They just give it a different name afterwards.
What about Z?
Not Z. That would be crazy.
Alright.
How about double V?
But what about... No. What about W?
No, that's improper. That's not 2 U's, that's 2 V's. I'm trying to get the world to change the name of W. It's not W anymore, it's double V.
Wait, so it's... Would you have to pronounce it double V or two, like, V instead of W?
No, you still pronounce... when you say it in a word, you still say the W.
Sure.
But, you know, like if you're going to draw a W with 2 V's, then it should be called double V. Otherwise, there'd be more of a curve shape in the W. But it's not, it's pointy.
Right, let's have a look at my paper here. I've got a W, and it doesn't look like 2 V's. It just goes down a little bit.
I don't know. When you type W into my browser, it looks like 2 V's.
Is that... Good point, I guess. I mean, I can start doing this. I don't know if it'll start a trend, though, or some sort of movement.
It's got to start somewhere.
Yeah. I'm
It's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
From humble beginnings.
It's just my heart's not really in this because I got nothing against the W. I'm good friends with the W.
You good. Oh, look at here we go. Oxford Dictionary.
Oh, God.
Why is it pronounced W instead of double V? Somebody else has asked the same question I am right now. It's something about the Old English used phonetically.
What?
That's their explanation. In the 7th century, scribes wrote W for the letter W. So they used to put 2 U's. The actual letter W didn't exist before until they invented it to replace 2 U's in a word.
Well, that's stupid. I think I might be on your side on this one. Because if you did 2 U's, surely you got to do the little dash as well, and that'll make it look dumb.
Well, that's probably why they got rid of it. They went, this looks silly, so let's invent a letter to replace it. And then they called it W. But instead of making it look like 2 U's, they made it look like 2 V's. So they were idiots.
Well, who knew? I guess you learn something every day.
There we go. See? That's what you get from listening to this podcast. You get educational. They didn't teach you that on Sesame Street.
That'll be good, though. Just the Cookie Monster just shouting about double V instead of W.
Yeah. Today's podcast has been brought to you by the letter double V.
Say it correctly. Oh god, how did we get here? X or something?
Yeah, we were talking about X's, and
I will assume that nobody cares about X then, because I don't really... And it's probably going to be really good, but I didn't play the first one, so...
Me either, I didn't play the first one, but if you're into that sort of thing, then sure, yeah, just get hyped, yeah, whoa.
Well, I would play the first one, but it's like 40 quid brand new. And no, not brand new, used. And I'm not going to pay full retail for a game that's used. So if they made some more copies, then I would play it, but until then, I'm just not going to fork out the money for a game I might not like.
Let's see, the other game you mentioned was Bayonetta.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play the original one, but I've seen my brother play it, and my brother will determine if this game is actually successful or not, because if he doesn't buy it for Wii U, then I don't know. Then I just don't know.
Well, I didn't play the first one, but I have to say that trailer they put out, it looks really good. Like, I played Metal Gear Rising and The Wonderful 101, so they were both great. So
I picked up Metal Gear Rising on Boxing Day, and it is still sitting in its wrapping, sitting right there.
Oh, that's sad.
I can see it right here.
It's 4 hours long.
It is?
Yeah, it's really short.
Maybe I should put it in and play it then.
Yeah, just during the podcast you could probably beat it in that time.
Really? Wow. Is it that easy, though?
And, well, yes and no. You got to get good at it, which I didn't, so it took me quite a while, but I think if you...
Yeah, I'm not very good at games, so...
Here's my advice. Learn how to block, because I didn't. So I went the whole game without blocking and parrying.
Then I'll never beat it, because I don't block.
Oh.
I never take a defensive stance in any game. I'm all offense, and hopefully that's enough to overtake the game.
Okay, well, you might get a bit annoyed about this game when you keep being stamped on and all that. I mean, I know I was, because I couldn't block. I just couldn't do it. I never figured it out.
Oh, well, maybe I should read the manual or something.
Listen, alright, there was a tutorial. I managed to do it once, and then I was like, what did I do? And then the game was like, good job, and it just continued on. I was like, oh, good. I'll just go with it then.
Oh, well, you gotta remember what you did then.
It's like, it tells you to use a light attack with X when they use their attack, and then you'll like block it or something. But I've seen people just hold the block, so I don't know how they do it based on that.
Why would they make block an attack button? Like, why not just have a separate button for block?
Well, it's more like a parry, but I've seen people use it as a block, like quite clearly.
Walter, Perry. Hello, Perry.
What?
How are you doing, Perry?
I don't know where that's from.
Oh, it's from a cartoon called Home Movies.
Oh yeah, Home Movies.
Yeah, Home
I
Movies.
have actually seen that show.
Perry. Hello, Perry. Hello, Perry. Will you marry me, Perry? Are we friends now?
Those two are weird.
Oh yeah. That's just what I think of every time I hear the word Perry now.
Well, that show was weird, so...
This podcast is weird.
You're weird!
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
Well...
But do you know what's even more weird, though?
Double V?
No. The Zelda fucking timeline.
Oh, what the fudge!
There it is.
Well, you mentioned Perry, so... Zelda timeline.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense right there.
Alright, well, do you have any grievances with the timeline now that you've beaten... Or new ones, I guess I should say. Now that you've beaten A Link Between Worlds.
I have no new grievances with the timeline. It is still as fucked up as it was before. But I will say that A Link Between Worlds is the greatest Zelda game I have ever played since A Link to the Past.
Oh, wow.
So I give it a very high praise. I would highly recommend this, and whatever they did right here, they have to reproduce this for the next console game. I do not want another Skyward Sword disappointment.
Well, they did, they said that the main guy was like, when I was remaking Wind Waker and visiting all the old Zelda games, I was like, hey, we should kind of do it more in this direction, which is why A Link Between Worlds was the way it was. And then I think he did say that they're going to take on board some of those ideas for the Zelda Wii U one.
I really hope so, because this is everything I've ever wanted from a Zelda game. It was completely open-ended. There was no hand-holding. There was a increased difficulty level. It was excellent. I'm in love with this game.
I heard it was well, I've played it, and from what I've played, the dungeons are really easy though, so I wouldn't really say it's harder in any way.
I would say they're only easy if you're completely prepared for what's about to happen inside. If you're unprepared, then I'm going to say they're not that easy, but I would say some of the puzzles are easier to solve if you know what you're doing, yes.
Because I haven't beaten it yet, but I have got to the blow rule and all that, and the hardest part for me is just finding out how to get into the dungeon. But once I'm in there, yes, I can just burn through it, pretty much.
Yeah. The puzzle solving inside the dungeons wasn't like stressful or anything like that, but that's a minor complaint.
Yeah.
Compared.
Well, they definitely have that same rhythm that the older Zelda dungeons had. Because Skyward Sword and I think Twilight Princess to some degree try to mix up that rhythm in some ways. So it's quite cool that it's back, but
I didn't really mind the easier difficulty in the dungeons because honestly, like, it stuck with the Link to the Past feel. Like, those dungeons aren't well, with the exception of maybe one, or maybe two, depending on your opinion, those dungeons aren't really that hard either. They're just more... They had the same feel as A Link to the Past. In A Link to the Past, those dungeons are so hard if you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing and where you're going, it's a piece of cake.
Well, I can't really judge the difficulty that much with A Link to the Past, because when I played it, I was like really young. So I did find it really hard at the time, but I bet if I went back and played it again, it wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, probably not. But I really found it captured the spirit of A Link to the Past. So I couldn't be more pleased with this game. And as somebody who's extremely critical of the Zelda series, even though I love it, me giving this 10 out of 10 and 2 thumbs up and or 6 udders squirting.
Oh God!
Is all. I just can't say enough good about this game. Go play it right now.
Well, if your udders are squirting, who could say no to playing it?
Exactly.
Oh God. But that gets us to the end of the Nintendo talk. You still alive back there, Joe? You still doing all right?
I am fine. I'm excited for Rusty.
Rusty.
You got me all prepared now for some real deal baseball.
I don't trust that dog though.
And Still Diver.
It is out right now. You could go download it.
Yeah, right after this podcast.
Who says you haven't already during the Zelda talk?
During the podcast.
What do you think I was doing during that ramble? Exactly. I was haggling.
It's like
You gotta haggle with the dog.
oh,
great fun.
Stupid Rusty. See, one thing they got to do, I think Rusty for the new Smash, like that's just a given.
I think move over Mario, new Nintendo mascot.
Yeah.
I want Rusty in the new Smash. Do you know what? I'll decree right now, if Rusty is a hidden character in the new Smash Brothers, I will purchase it.
That'd be so good.
Okay? You have it right here. This is the proof. So, as soon as somebody tells me Rusty's in the new Smash Brothers, I'll go out and buy it immediately.
That'd be so awesome.
Oh, before you move on from Nintendo, any word, anything you want to say about Donkey Kong coming out next week?
Oh yeah, of course. The thing is, I don't know if I'm going to get it, but that's mostly because of money. Like, I'll get it down the road, but I don't know if I'll get it at launch because, you know, it's a brand new game. But I'm really excited for that game because I've been playing Donkey Kong Country as a Let's Play, and despite some stress and rage in there, it's really fun. So
I've seen a couple of your episodes of Donkey Kong Country, and that's a game that I would like to LP, but I really suck at it.
Oh yeah, me too.
So good at that game. I used to be really, really good at that game. Like, I remember renting it and then like beating it in a weekend, and now I can't do it at all. So I don't know what's wrong with me.
Well, don't worry, we all suck at Donkey Kong Country here.
But I will be getting Tropical Freeze immediately. I will be waiting the 6-month time limit for LPers, and then I will LP that game.
Well, I'll definitely be watching. But it's just, I need to play Returns more before I can get into the new one. Because I have it. I just only beat the first world and then it got shelved, so I think I'll get around to playing that a bit more before I do go out and buy Tropical Freeze. But saying that, the music for Tropical Freeze is awesome. On YouTube they released 5 tracks already, and they're all really good. Like, really good.
The music is usually one thing that really stands out as excellent in those games. What did you think of the storyline with the owls this time?
I liked it. It's like, it's silly, but I liked it.
I was like, owls? Really? The owls?
They hate monkeys.
Well, they didn't seem to really hate the monkeys. More like they were just pissed off with bananas. Because that owl just smushed the crap out of that banana. And then Donkey Kong got all mad and he was just like, nobody smushes my banana. And that seems to be the whole premise of this game, is they squish the bananas and now Donkey Kong's upset.
Well, I really like that cutscene because it's so personal. It's like, hey, DK, look at this. Is this yours? It's gone. It's dead.
Is this yours? It's dead. Gone. Yeah. No banana for you.
Now you only have like 1 million bananas. One's already gone.
Yeah, that was the only thing I didn't get from the Donkey Kong Returns either. Is like those bongo aliens or whatever took all his bananas, but yet how many bananas do you collect over the course of the game?
Oh yeah,
like is that not enough?
You collect 100 and you get an extra life, and that happens quite a lot.
Yeah, he seems to be a little greedy there.
Yeah, just after World 1, just be like, you know what? I'm gonna die before eating all these bananas. Let's just call it a day. You know, the Kremlin, he's a bit of a prick, but whatever.
I don't know. I just thought they would come up with some kind of a better motivation for Donkey Kong this time, other than, ooh, look at us, we're destroying your bananas.
Well, in Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, it was they kidnapped someone. So I guess they could have gone with that angle.
They could have, but they want to keep all those people as playable now, because that's more fun.
But what about Kiddy Kong?
Did that actually exist? I don't remember Kiddy Kong.
Yeah, there's Tiny Kong and Kiddy Kong. I think the one in Donkey Kong Country 3 is Kiddy Kong. I think.
Do you know what would have been fun though instead of the owls? I know they won't do this because Nintendo's all weird like that, but it would have been fun if like they returned Mario to his evil ways with Donkey Kong. And I know they sort of done that with the Mario and versus Donkey Kong games, but those aren't very good from what I've played. I've played a little bit of it, and I haven't really liked it. I know there are other opinions that people have kind of liked those games, but it would have been more fun to see Mario in the evil role here.
Or Waluigi.
Exactly.
It's just like, screw you, Donkey Kong. For whatever reason, I hate you. So now I'm going to steal your bananas.
Well, I think Mario's original hatred of Donkey Kong comes from the original game where Donkey Kong kidnaps Pauline, but she hasn't been seen either in a long time. Wonder whatever happened to her.
Donkey Kong probably just ate her or something.
Maybe ate her, yeah, it's possible.
I do really like those first two games where it's like, Mario's like, right, you dumb ape, you stole my girlfriend. And then he wins and gets her back. And then then he like kidnaps Donkey Kong as revenge. He then like has revenge on the monkey.
It seems logical to me.
It's like they should have added in that cutscene to the original game where Mario's like, I got my girlfriend back. Right, put that freak in the cage because he's not doing this again.
Oh.
I've got a Donkey Kong question.
Oh.
Alright. This should be good.
DKQ.
I've been watching your Let's Play, Tom.
Ah, good.
And I forgot about the old monkey.
Cranky.
Has there been a game where he's like the main character?
He is rumored to have been the actual original Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Oh.
And now he's just old.
That's why he goes on about 8-bit gaming, because he's meant to be the original one where it was 8-bit.
I don't think I don't think in any game they actually come out and say it, but they've given all the clues though.
Yeah, it's pretty much confirmed without being confirmed.
Exactly.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
I love Cranky Kong though, because in the original Donkey Kong Country games,
see, that's what they could have done. You could have kidnapped Cranky Kong. Mario could have kidnapped him again.
That would have been so confusing though, because Cranky Kong aged and Mario didn't.
Mario gets eternal life from the mushrooms he eats in the Mushroom Kingdom.
At the beginning of the game, he eats like a toad's heart to keep him going, and then he just puts that ape in the cage again.
Brutal.
Because Mario kidnaps Cranky Kong because Pauline is still missing after all these years.
Oh, that makes sense.
He's had her in his closet or something. Because Because where else has she gone? She doesn't even appear in any of the mixed games. She's just the totally forgotten about character.
Well, she does have like a boring name. It's just Pauline.
That is.
Oh, good. But that would make sense. And then Cranky's like, okay, I'll give her back. And then she's super old. And Mario's just furious.
Like, I don't understand why they invented, like, even, like, a Daisy or something like that. Like, why'd she get into that game and not Pauline? Like, why do they keep inventing characters? Like, I don't even understand why they invented Rosalina. That could have easily have been just Daisy, a character they already have.
Well, yeah. Daisy was because they were trying to do their own separate Mario series. And then Rosalina is because they wanted a space princess.
Well, Daisy hasn't been seen. That could have been her. That could have explained why she disappeared. She went to space.
It would have been so cool. Like, she just looks like a clone of Peach, but then she's like, yeah, I own a spaceship. I go in space sometimes. It's just what I do.
I just think it's weird that they keep inventing characters when they already have a character for that set thing. I don't know.
Well, they gotta keep inventing characters, though. I mean, slowly but surely they gotta put some new ones in there.
Like, has she ever been in a game after Donkey Kong?
Or Pauline?
Yeah, has she been in anything? Other than... Well, I've heard that she's in the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games, which I haven't played, but I've heard that she was in those. But other than that, I don't think she's been in anything. She doesn't get into any of the racing games, or the Mario parties, or tennis.
Yeah, I'm sure she was probably in like some Virtual Boy game or something like that, but none of the main series ones.
Virtual Boy. I don't think anybody was in a Virtual Boy.
Oh. But maybe we should move away from Nintendo now. I mean, it's been an hour and a half. We got to talk about...
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Is that all?
Apparently. Who knew? So, well, let's sum it up. So what did you think about this Nintendo Direct? Has your faith been restored or whatever?
No.
Oh, no.
No, faith has not been restored.
Okay, so what did you...
Other than NES Remix 2, I learned nothing new.
So you're not saying the games were bad, you just wanted a surprise?
I wanted to learn more new things.
Okay.
I want to see that they have things on the horizon that will excite me, and I didn't really see much information that I didn't already know.
Okay. See, I can see where you're coming from, but I like that Nintendo Direct, because it's like, here's a couple of little things, and you know those games that look really good? They look really good. So now I'm just kind of a bit more excited about all the games they did show. Because they couldn't really announce anything new anyway that would have came out in the first... the first half of this year, like Mario Kart's coming out in May.
No, I'm not even... I guess that's what the real point of the Nintendo Direct is to, like, drive the games that are coming out soon. But I would have liked to have seen a bit more of games that maybe, here's what's coming out in the next year, even, Just, even if it's just, like, a little tidbits and stuff. Or just, even if it was, like, a 5-second tease of something. Just to go be like, whoa, they're actually thinking about it, Like, if they would have just flashed, like, even, like, 5 seconds of, like, what's that guy's name?
Rusty?
No, not Rusty. Well, the F-Zero guy. If they would have just flashed
Captain
him up,
Falcon.
if they put Captain Falcon's face up there and just put the date 2014 there and just got everybody excited that an F-Zero game was actually coming, for 5 seconds, that would have been, like, off the wall. They wouldn't even have to show gameplay.
Or they just, for the whole presentation, Iwata just wears the Majora's Mask. And never references it, like, never acknowledges that he's wearing it, he just has it on for some reason.
Yeah, that'd be alright there, too.
So would you say that the last Nintendo Direct was better because it had Hyrule Warriors in it?
Then yes, because that's something I didn't know.
Okay.
So, I'm not really into that style of game, but they might have me just because it's Hyrule,
yeah.
So...
Yeah, that game, it probably won't be great, but I like it because of what it represents, and that's Nintendo branching out a little bit more.
And that's probably a good strategy to get somebody like me who would never play that style of game to actually try that style of game.
I mean, it's a shame that it's based off Skyward Sword, but what are you going to do?
There's not much you can do about it.
I mean, I would rather see like locations from, Ocarina of Time and stuff like that. Like, I think that's what I would really like to see. They just lift them and give them the HD treatment rather than come up with generic castles.
Yes, that was the phone's response.
The phone loves it.
Phone loves it. Yeah.
You can ask me what I thought about Nintendo Direct.
No, your opinion.
There's no Wikipedia page about that.
No, I can't find that. Damn it.
Just ask Jeeves if it was good or not.
Oh, who uses that anymore?
Some people.
Jeeves
sucks.
Jeeves does not suck. He's a lovely man.
Is there an Ask Jeeves Is it elsewhere?
I think it's just like it got changed to just ask.com.
Oh, that's boring.
And they just murdered Jeeves, or he's just not around anymore.
Got rid of the button. Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, I thought Nintendo Direct was good.
Wonderful. Okay, so you do have a 3DS though. Are there any 3DS titles that you're looking forward to getting?
I am seriously going to download Thingy Bob.
Rusty.
No, God no.
No.
Steel Diver.
Rusty, no.
You're going to download Steel Driver? Seriously?
Yeah, I am intrigued. You have intrigued me.
God bless you.
Well,
I will report back.
I would love it if.
But I'm going to download Rusty. I really am. I'm going to download Rusty just because I want to. This dog has intrigued me.
And I'm just going to watch you two suffer. That's all I'm going to do.
Okay.
Well, they might both be really good. I haven't played them, I guess, so I won't judge too early. Even though we already did a lot.
Yeah, that's what this whole podcast was.
Judging Rusty.
That poor dog.
That poor dog.
He's a mess and he knows it.
I think he is, yeah.
Alright, so let's move on. Any last Nintendo thoughts? Any last ones?
It's not an auction. Just finish it.
I'm just inspired by Rusty and his haggling, okay?
Oh, I see. Okay. No is the answer from me.
Yeah, no. I got no.
Okay, well, the other big bit of news is the Titanfall beta has come out this week. And I don't know how long it's going to be lasting for, but it's pretty much a week. And I played it. So, I don't have an Xbox One, but my mate does, so I tried it out. And it's really good. I don't have that much to say about it, apart from it's Call of Duty with mechs. And you can jump a little high, and the guns are slightly different. So no real surprises, but it's pretty tight. And if you like Call of Duty and you want something a bit different, like they do get a bit samey, so if you want that extra little step in innovation or whatever, I think Titanfall delivers. It's pretty solid.
Okay then.
Excellent.
I'm guessing.
I'm not interested in Titanfall.
Yeah, that's what I was going to guess. But it is big. It's like one of the biggest games this season, so I had to bring it up, I'm afraid, guys.
No, I understand.
What is this game again?
Titanfall.
Yeah, what is that?
It's Call of Duty with mechs on the Xbox One.
What's Call of Duty?
It's the game. I thought you were going to say what is the Xbox One, which would have been understandable.
Oh yeah, that's completely understandable.
So while I have you here, are you interested in either of the PS4 or the Xbox One?
No.
Any reasons?
No. I don't have a reason to be, I guess.
Sure.
that's my reason right now.
And I think that's good enough. And I think the reason why they sold...
I don't have anything against it, really. I just don't have anything for it, either.
Yeah, and I think
I'm still perfectly happy with my 360 and my PS3, so until they basically get me excited and force me to buy this thing, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I think people only bought these new consoles and they sold as well as they did is because people were just starved of a new console.
Yeah, and I'm still under the opinion of these video game companies are only making new consoles to try to one-up the other company, and that it's not really that necessary. They're trying to make new consoles to drive sales instead of making better games to drive sales.
Yeah. It's like it's now become all about features. It's like you can do this, and it's like okay, I'm not gonna spend all my money.
And while I'm under the opinion that sure, the console wars have probably brought about better graphics and stuff a lot faster. Like if there was just Nintendo, if Nintendo was unopposed all these years, maybe we'd still be on the N64 era or something like that. Maybe graphics and things wouldn't have been pushed ahead so quickly. But I don't know. At the same time, it's not exactly great to just invent another console to try to make money. You should be focused at the end of the day should be the games, and I don't feel like that's where it is.
Well, you're not excited about Rise, Son of Rome.
Actually, that's the one game that actually looked a little interesting. If somebody would be like, here's a free Xbox One, but you have to buy a game for it, I would probably buy that one.
It's fine, if you want to know. It's not that interesting.
Okay, I'm just saying, it might be. I might actually play it and be like, this game's a piece of crap. But just from what I've seen, and just the way they've marketed their games, and that is the game that stands out to me as somewhat it has potential to be interesting.
Well, at the moment, the Xbox One has the exclusives over the PS4, but no killer exclusives, no Halo, no Gears of War, nothing like that.
Well, see, no, but when they made those exclusives, Halo and Gears of War, they were nothing. Nobody knew what they were when they first came out, and that's what you should be trying to do, is trying to find the next one. Make a really good game. Be the next series.
Well, you say that, but the only one was Rise. Dead Rising 3 was a sequel, Forza 5 was a sequel, Killer Instinct was a reboot. So I think that was the only one.
There you go. See? That's why I'm saying they're not doing it correctly. And I would say the same thing about PlayStation and Nintendo. They're all doing the same thing. They're just relying on their franchises, and they're not really pushing forward anything different.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and the sad part is that the graphics aren't even that good. It's not even that big of a jump.
No, that was the first thing that stood out to me. Is sure, it's probably better, but is it really is the jump between a PS3 to a PS4 as big as the jump between a PS2 to a PS3?
Oh, no.
Or even a PS1 to a PS2? No. It's so minuscule, and that's what you're gonna get now. It's I don't think you can push this stuff that much farther, and even in 10 years, if they come out with PS5 or the Xbox 19,047 or whatever the hell they're going to call it, I don't think you're going to push these graphics that much farther.
Yeah. Well, it's just it's weird though, because people at this point, people don't want the Wii U because of the graphics, but with the Wii, there was a lot of people who was like, I'm not buying that, it's not in HD, that's dumb. But it's quite interesting that argument, some people would still say it, but not as many with the Wii U.
Well, I think people are superficial and stupid. Because I do agree. Like I said, if there'd been no advancement in video games at all, and we're all still playing 8-bit video games, I'd be completely happy as long as the gameplay was still there.
But yeah,
graphics to me are not a big deal.
But people like the new graphics, and it's shiny.
you can make a nice, shiny, beautiful game, and it can still be shit. And I think that's been proven a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird though, because they can't go anywhere, because since the beginning, graphics have always headed towards real life. So you started off with 2D, and, you know, that got better and better and got closer, and then you got 3D, and then that got better and better and got closer to real life. Then you got HD, where the resolution, like, got really, really good, but then you can't go anywhere from there. Like, you can slightly improve it, but there's no jumps, because the only jump you could make is you are controlling
actual real
life, and that's it. So there's nowhere they can go. So hopefully, like, I think even with the next generation of consoles, the jump is going to be even tinier still.
Oh yeah, it's going to be even more tiny. Yeah. So yeah, there's nowhere really to go. I think Nintendo has already proven that 3D was a gimmick, and it's not. It was just another 3D fad, and that's not going to be the place where any of these consoles go. Is like 3D is going to be fun for a little bit, but it's not going to be the main focus of any console ever. So I don't know. I real life is the only place to go, and I don't think they can replicate that yet.
Isn't that funny? Oh, go on, Joe.
This is where you're both wrong.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
The PS5 and the Xbox 2.
Yes, the second one.
It's going to be fitted. I know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to be fitted with a water pistol and a fan. And it's going to be like those roller coasters. Right?
Oh.
That is how they're going to have the next step.
Oh, you mean like 4D?
Mark my words. Yes, 4D.
That would be awful.
That's the only way they can go.
So they're gonna squirt water in my face and have air coming at me, and we'll finally get smell-o-vision, so like I can smell when my character farts.
Oh god.
Yeah. And that colour thing that they've introduced, like they'll like do the colour on the walls. Then you're done. You're practically in the game.
I like the idea of no matter what happens, you get squirted in the face with water. Like even if it's like in the desert, like Journey, you get hit by an enemy, just face with water.
Like, oh, it's an oasis. Water.
Like, if that happened, like, how would they keep providing water to this squirt gun? Would you have to be, like, fill it up yourself? And if you did, why would you continue to do that just so you'd be punished?
No, they introduced, like, their own water.
Yeah, like EA transitions, where it's like, pay us!
Oh, I have water.
£5 for our water.
A litre.
Or they could put like some kind of, in the cooling system of the system, they could have some kind of like humidifier so it makes its own water, sucking it out of the air.
So you're in a room where you're playing a game and there's no humidity in this room apart from this one like canister. And the only way you get it is if you die in a game.
You're playing video games in a no humidity room, and then you want to get squirted in the water because it's so dry.
It's like games become...
You get that release. You're like, yeah, squirt me in the face, oh wow.
Games become impossible to complete because you have to kill yourself in the game to get hydrated in real life. So you either don't beat the game or die trying to beat it.
Yeah, that's the future of video games.
Xbox 2. Coming to a store near
Oh god.
Yeah, that's the future, guys. Be prepared.
Well, I guess the real future would be like virtual reality, I guess.
Oculus Rift kind of stuff.
Virtual Boy 2. The reddening.
Yeah. Just destroying children's minds.
Isn't that so weird though? Like, where the technology has to go is where Nintendo already went. I mean, they failed, but Nintendo are the ones who already did it out of everyone.
Well, yeah, you can't blame them for trying.
Well, you can.
Even though it caused like sickness and all that kind of crap.
Blinding children, you can blame them for that. That wasn't cool.
Try not to do that next time.
No.
Avoid child suffering will be a good kind of strategy.
Squirt them in the face with water.
Yeah, that's fine, you see.
Alright, so there's not that much really happening apart from that. So let's go into what's coming out next week. Well, we could talk about the Flappy Birds thing, but I think it's kind of already been covered by other people. Some guy made a load of money on a terrible game, and people were playing a terrible game, and he ran away with all his money. So that's about it, I think.
I've never played this game, but I've seen it, and I don't get the big deal. It looks horrible. It looks really stupid. And the only real controversy is he's obviously ripped off the Mario pipes. And if he just made them, if he made even those pipes, if he made them logs or anything other than Mario pipes, there would be no big deal over this game. So it was obviously done on purpose just to get him a little bit of attention, and then that's it. So, like I said, if he made those trees instead of pipes, is there a big deal? Does anybody care?
Well, I'm going to defend the guy,
I don't think so.
And from what I've read about it is that he never made this to be popular or successful in any way. He took the assets because he was just like, it's just a dumb little game. And then, of course, it's so easy to just put it on the App Store, and then the internet got a hold of it, and now it's a big success. So
I don't know. Like, he says that, but at the same time, I don't think so. This seems very done on purpose.
Well, you might be right, because he just took the money and ran, and he might have ran into legal trouble if he kept it going.
But wasn't it on the store for like a while before it blew up in popularity?
Yeah, it just sat there for a while.
That's just so weird. You can never predict that kind of stuff.
It's because...
So what made that start?
I don't know, it's just people are bored, they just kind of try it out, and then it starts to trend, and then it just gets put on websites, just how anything kind of becomes popular. It's just with the mobile gaming market, you don't have the hype beforehand. Like with normal games, you can read up, see it online, companies can push it before it comes out, and then when it does come out, there's an audience for it because they have interest. But with the mobile games, that never happens. So it comes out, and then that process begins.
I just think, like I said, it's all about those Mario pipes. If that doesn't draw your somebody saw that, they go, this game's horrible, but look at this, look what this guy's done, and then they tell somebody, and then they tell somebody else, and it keeps spreading. And that was really the initial push to draw people towards this game, and that's about it. Like, I don't know.
Well, it's not anymore.
I think it's very calculated, like what he did.
Yeah, maybe. And the fact that we now have all these rip-offs as well, that's kind of like the saddest thing, how everyone has now just jumped on it and tried to do the same thing by grabbing the source code and just swapping a couple of things and putting it out there. And even sadder still, people are completely buying them all.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It just shows that the mobile gaming market is just not worth paying attention to. It's terrible. It's just a mess.
Now, out of all these rip-off games, has anybody made the game? Has anybody made an adult version game called Flappy Vagina?
Oh god!
Because I that's my idea. It's copyright pending, patent pending, so nobody steal that unless it's already been done.
It might have already been done. I hope not, for our sake, but there's a chance.
Yeah. See, I want to have a flying vagina with big lips, and it'll just kind of go through a bunch of penises.
Oh!
Woo! Yeah, there we go.
Giant green penises.
Yeah, there we go.
It could work. I mean, I hope not.
I hope not.
No, I don't. It's just the mobile gaming. It's terrible. It's just bad. And the fact that, like, I've seen people play this game, like, quite a lot. You just see it and people post it on Facebook, and it's like, well, I really hope gaming's not heading in this direction, because it's quite horrible.
I hope not. Like, the only games I have on my phone are, like, little things, like I have Scrabble or chess that I can sit there and play.
I have that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
None of this kind of crap. Let's just stick with the traditional games.
Yeah, that just seems... Anything I gotta really, really focus on and, like, mash buttons or something, that I don't want that on my phone. Like, no.
You got Tom over there with his doodle jump.
I love the doodle jump. I don't play it anymore, but I did back in the day.
Like one time I tried downloading a baseball game for the phone. You have to like touch screen all these buttons and shit, and it was horrible. Like if I'm gonna download a horrible baseball game, I might as well get Rusty.
No,
So...
you mean a really good one. It's the real deal.
Which reminds me of
the real deal Holyfield.
No, it reminds me of a British thing, which is Dickinson's Real Deal, which I'm not even going to start going into, but it's a really awful show on British TV. So it's bad connotations for me.
It's quite orange.
Yeah.
They should make Rusty all orange. Just keep it in line with it.
Just be David Dickinson. Why not?
Yeah. Is he still alive?
Yes, still alive.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
Way to keep living.
It seems like he should die of a heroin overdose soon.
Well, it would kind of make sense. He's a very odd kind of guy.
Who loves heroin?
It would explain it. He loves heroin. Can we not talk about David Dickinson? Let's move away, please. I'm sorry I ever brought that up.
We certainly can. Well, let's move on to what's coming out this week. We got the Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which we already, covered. It looks really good. And then we got Rayman Legends on PS4 and Xbox One.
Oh.
Are you guys ready for next gen Rayman?
Does it look any better?
Slightly.
Fuck you, Ubisoft!
They're awful. They are the worst. Have you heard about the Watch Dogs thing?
No.
Well, they delayed it on the Wii U and nothing else.
All I can tell you is that I am so pissed off with Ubisoft, and yet again, for the millionth time, they are teasing that this year's E3, they will finally announce Beyond Good and Evil 2. And if they don't, I will personally get on a fucking train, or I will start the hitchhike over to Montreal Studios, and I will burn it down to the ground.
You're right to do it.
Because, and I would have every right to do it, exactly. I'm really, really pissed off, because the latest press release says... they list all these games, including the ones you just mentioned, the Rayman and all that, and then it says an unknown game to be announced at E3.
Whoa!
And if that unknown game to be announced at E3 is not Beyond Good and Evil 2, I will be furious.
It really should come out by now. Like, the only reason it wouldn't is because Ubisoft aren't taking any risks right now. But they've surely already put all the money into it. It's been in development for so long.
Been in development for like 10 years.
It's just 10
driving
years.
me nuts. And that might be the actual thing that forces me to buy an Xbox One or PS4, because I highly doubt this thing's coming out for Wii U.
It might come out on 360 and PS3 if you're lucky.
I'd feel privileged if it did, but probably not.
Well, Ubisoft are pretty good at that sort of thing. Like, Watch Dogs is coming out on every console, and that seems to be the way they're all going with the next-gen releases, that they are coming out on next-gen, but they are also coming out on 360 and PS3. I can't think of many that are just next-gen. I think Thief, and that might be about it.
Well, it's all good for me then.
But that's if it gets announced, of course.
Of course. It
It should, though.
It should. But that's what I've been saying for the last 3 years, too.
But I think that same team are making Valiant Hearts at the moment.
There's always an excuse.
Yeah. Oh. But I don't even care that much about that game, and that it should come out at this point. Like, they announced it and put out a trailer for it, like, 3 years ago.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. That game is just... It's so good. I don't understand how people can not like this game. Have you ever played Beyond Good and Evil?
Yeah, I played the HD re-release.
You didn't like
I
it?
liked it. I think it
Yeah?
aged a little. Like, there were some things where it was like, oh, that's very PS2. But overall, it was definitely a good game.
Yeah, I have not played it since I beat it back in the day. So maybe I should again. Maybe it has aged and I don't know.
Not that, but I still
just know,
liked it though. It's still a good game.
All I know is when I played it the first time, that was the most fun I've had playing a game that wasn't that was an original franchise to me that wasn't on Nintendo.
Oh.
That's how much fun I had with it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was more fun than any other. It was more fun than the Uncharted or the Gears of Wars or anything that they've come out with for Xbox or PS3 franchises. I just thought this thing was excellent.
It's quite sad though that me and you, we're in the minority at this point. Like, Nintendo fans are so in the minority. It's baffling how this happened.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like, yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Like, not even close. It's not even like a decent, like, there's a big group of us. It's like, nope, very, very small amount.
Well, I get the feeling that, like, the whole gigantic Call of Duty thing is coming to an end, too. Like, I don't feel like that's as big as it used to be. That it's on the decline.
Well,
so the next big thing is around the corner, I guess. I don't know what people are going to latch onto, but we'll see.
Well, people say the new Call of Duty is on the way out. I disagree just because Ghost has sold a stupid amount of copies. It just sold it across next gen and old gen.
The numbers might be there. I don't know about that, but all I know is compared to other release days, like that came out the same day as a Link Between Worlds, and I remember going to the store to pick up Link Between Worlds and just being so pissed because I knew what the store was going to be like because the stupid Call of Duty people would be like taking over the store. When I got there, the place was empty.
Oh.
And I was just like, yeah, I'm like, where's all the Call of Duty people? And they're like, I don't know, they're not here. I'm like, that's weird. Because like last time there was a Call of Duty launch and I was anywhere near a store. It was just messed up crazy in there. And like, it just didn't feel like that this time. And maybe that's what I'm judging it off of, but that was the difference in my experience this time for this release.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I thought Ghost was definitely a big step down. It's so big that it really has to bomb and tank to lose that mainstream audience it has. Like, it really has to do bad.
What are we talking about now?
The Call of Duty.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't really comment on that because I don't know how much of it is the actual case and how much of it is just because I'm not, I'm not kind of in that sort of crowd anymore. I don't play Call of Duty anymore, so.
Well, do you think you would ever get back into it? Like, would there be a game where you're like, okay, it's more Call of Duty, but it looks really good and they're doing enough different?
Or, here's the other question. Why are you not into it anymore? What turned you off of that?
It's nothing to do with the games, I don't think. I think it's just that, growing up, basically, none of my friends are on Xbox anymore.
Aww.
That's the only reason I would have played it. And yeah, just no one does Xbox Live anymore. So it's a sad state of affair.
I might edit in some sad piano music because that's a very tragic story.
That is sad. That is tragic.
Yeah, they're too busy doing like uni stuff and or getting like when you start seeing on your Facebook feed that people are getting engaged, it's like what the hell is going on?
Yeah. You're just at home playing Call of Duty. It's like, what are they doing?
what is going on now? Yeah, that's what's been happening to us. I'm like, I'm never going to get back, like, being on Xbox with friends. I don't think it's ever going to happen again, sadly.
Yeah.
I have to get new friends.
Ooh, better friends. Lonelier friends. More depraved friends.
Yes, when choosing your friends, make sure they have equally as much of no life as you do.
Okay. I'll write that down.
Well, that's why you're on the podcast. We're not a cool bunch, but we do like video games.
Wow, is that like the slogan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm on the podcast, because I have absolutely no friends to hang out with on a Sunday afternoon. So I'm just sitting here all alone doing the podcast.
Oh. Well, this is a very...
This is the depressing portion of the podcast.
Yeah, we're right at the...
There's always a...
Yeah.
there's always a one.
Yeah, this is how it always goes. Either racist or depressing, or both.
Racist?
Oh, well,
What's this
last year it used to.
Well, let's not get back into the whole Nazi thing.
Yeah, we had to... yeah, you were around for that. We said no to Nazis for this year. We decided to drop that.
Exactly.
So no Nazi 2014 for the podcast.
Nazi-free since 2013.
Woo! Alright, let's end off with the last game that's coming out, which I didn't even know, like, this was a bit weird. Rambo, the video game, is coming out next week on PS3 and 360.
Oh, I thought you were going to end with The Last of Us.
Ah.
Because it'll be the last game.
No, it's been left behind.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh. Okay.
Hoi, hoi, ho.
Are you serious? Is a Rambo game?
Yeah, coming out next week on the 21st of Feb.
Yeah, I've actually seen this.
I don't know anything about it.
I know nothing other than what you've just told me now.
That it exists.
This seems weird, and it seems strange timing. There's not, like, another Rambo movie coming out, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. This seems very odd. Like, why now?
I don't know, but it's like, I saw the cover and Sylvester Stallone's on it as Rambo. And it's Rambo the video game, that's its name.
Is there any way this is a remake of the classic NES game?
It's Call of Duty, isn't it, basically?
I don't know.
In the jungle.
Are you on Wikipedia again? Because I don't know anything about it.
I can
The
Wikipedia.
jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
All I remember, that's beautiful. All I remember is I saw like some images of it. It must be like at least a year or a year and a half ago, and it looked, people were saying it like a PS2 game.
Oh.
And that was all that was kind of said about it, and then it just got quiet until now again.
That's becoming more and more of a burn over time. And the fact that people still use it as well. Like, it's 2014, and people are saying it looks like a PS2 game, when the PS2 came out in 2001.
Well, that would go back to there was very little difference in the graphics nowadays.
Yeah.
And if you don't try hard, like if you try really hard, then yeah, you can tell the difference between a PS2 game to a PS3 game or a PS4 game. But if you don't put the effort in, then I think it's obvious.
Well, we can see when people put in the effort, but they're now putting in the effort with stuff like Limbo and like that sort of art style. Where instead of going for all these crazy next-gen graphics, they just go for an interesting, unique, bold art style. And that's what people get attracted to.
I'm just reading about this game. There's really not that much to say.
So Stallone's on the cover. Does he voice anything in this game?
He is. They have got his voice.
What?
They got his voice. Wow.
And also Colonel Troutman.
Ah, Troutman.
Him.
Love trousers.
A good old trousers.
Well, that would explain the bad graphics thing, because they obviously spent all their money on getting Stallone's voice.
Oh, no, wait, no, sorry, I read that wrong.
Oh, this Troutman's not in it.
They've used actors to provide the voices.
No,
Because actually, Troutman, the person who played him, has died, so they definitely can't get his voice.
Well...
but isn't Stallone an actor?
Yeah, they get another actor.
They get an actor to play an actor.
Yeah. It's not actually Stallone's voice, so that's even worse.
Yeah,
that is
amazingly.
Worse. That's much worse.
People are just cancelling their pre-orders right now as they hear these news.
Oh, it does. It has kind of got a little reason to come out. Maybe. Okay. No, it hasn't.
What,
no,
anniversary? Is that what you're thinking?
They wanted to release it alongside Expendables 2.
What?
But obviously it's got delayed. So that was the reason for it, but now it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Unless it's like the Expendables. When's that coming out, Tom?
Next year, I think.
Oh, okay, that won't make any sense.
Well,
either.
the Expendables 3 is coming out this year, I think. Or last year.
Oh.
Maybe. It's coming out.
There's a third one too? Yeah, I think I've heard about the third one.
Yeah.
So they could just delay it and make Rambo come out with that film, rather than just put it out near the Lego movie.
Yeah. It'll make more sense. But... Oh, it's a rail shooter.
Oh, God.
Oh my god. Could this game get any worse?
I thought it was just like Call of Duty and Jungle, but no.
It's on the rails?
3D movement's hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so bad. Why would, like, it's not... Oh my god, why would you have an on-the-rails shooter when you're, like, walking through the jungle? It's like... That's just horrible.
And you can. It's on the 360, so you have to use the 360 controller.
If you're gonna have an on-rails game, then like it should be something. At least come up with a mechanic for a reason, like your Rambo on a train.
That'd be cool.
You know, at least that would be a good excuse why you can't stop because the train keeps moving. But like that, why would you purposely put it on the rails for? That's just lazy right there.
I can see why Troutman died rather than starring in this game.
Well, he obviously knew that he was going to be asked to star in this game, so he decided to, you know, just let his life expire early.
He took a load of heroin.
And he died in 2003, so he had some good foresight.
Wow.
He's like,
He did.
I know what's going to happen. I'm going to die now.
2003, the PS2 would have been out, which is when this game might have been rumored to start making.
Yeah.
Troutman actually made it himself, and then it was like, oh my god, it's terrible! So then he just passed away, and they found it in his secret vault years later.
Is his name actually Troutman, or is that just a character?
That's the character. It's Richard Crenna.
A.k.a. Troutman.
Oh, okay.
Trouters.
Tries.
So yeah, that's that. I look forward to
Yeah,
that.
by that day one.
Good lord.
Right, so I think that's about it for this week. Got a lot of good work done here today. A lot of good work.
We ended on Rambo. That's a bit sad.
I don't think so.
No.
It was,
I think that was a pretty good
yeah,
ending, actually.
before that it was We're Alone and Depressed. So
Oh, that's true.
Rambo's better.
Anything's better than that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Alright.
Whenever I
Fair
get, I feel a bit down, I just look to the skies and just think of Rambo. It always makes me feel better.
On rail.
On rails Rambo.
On the rails Rambo. Can't get more excited than that.
No. Oh,
Cool.
so let's do a channel wrap up. What's
Well, and that comes out this week.
yeah, 21st of Feb.
Oh man, I only have enough money for one game this week. Now, should I buy Donkey Kong or Rambo?
Listen, Donkey Kong is a bust. Okay, you're gonna want to get Rambo.
I think I'm gonna lay awake at night going, well, I should have bought Rambo.
Oh my god! One more update for Rambo.
Ooh,
It will have the voice of Stallone and Troutman, but it's going to be from the film.
jeez,
It's going to be like the voice clips from the film.
that's gonna sound great.
So is it just voice clips or is it actual clips from the movie, like video?
Just the voice tapes.
So they're gonna recreate parts of the film.
So they're gonna use his voice sometimes, and then sometimes for new dialogue, it'll be an actor.
I don't bloody know. Who cares?
We have to wait until next Friday to find out, though.
Oh man, I can't
It's so
wait.
close.
That's it now. No more Rambo. I've stopped now. I'm going to close the page. No more Wiki.
Oh god, we have a lot of crap to play. We got Rusty, Still Diver, Rambo. Oh god,
Great week for gaming.
it's gonna be brutal.
Well, I'm gonna start with Rusty because that dog needs.
Oh no, that's
support.
not fair. Because Miss Joe, you already claimed Still Diver. That means I have to play Rambo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh,
Day one.
oh
How much is it going to be like?
And the best
40?
thing is, you have to pay for your games. Ours are free.
damn it!
Yeah.
Well, mine's not free because I have to negotiate with Rusty for a better price.
It's like, come on. I'm gonna try and do that with Rambo. It's like, come on, this game's obviously crap. Just
try to haggle with Rambo.
listen, I'll give you £2. It's all it's worth. The DVD is 6. There's no way that this is better than the DVD of the film. There's no way. The voice clips are the same, but it's going to be worse.
I wanna hear how that went.
Oh, gee.
Good luck to you.
Right, so channel stuff. Cows, what's coming up on your channel in the next week?
You'll be seeing lots of one-on-one races in Mario Kart 7. If anybody out there wants to challenge me to a one-on-one battle, you're free to do so. Check out my page, add your name to the list. I still have my challenge video up. I've started Super Mario 64, which should be a hell of a lot of fun. If you don't even want to watch the LP, I just highly recommend you watch the first 15 seconds.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Get a good laugh, and then you can stop watching.
You never know what you're going to get with a Cowscrazy Let's Play, and I never thought I would get that.
No. Even as I watched it back in editing, I had to laugh myself, and I know that's how I judge when something's really going to be funny, is if, like, after I've already created it, and I watch it back, I start laughing again, then I know it's going to be funny. And the only other time I started laughing that hard for second time is when I was editing the Get the Doors story. I started laughing again. So I knew that this was going to be probably pretty funny. And it was supposed to be better, too, because, like, I was so frustrated over the last week. I was trying to get my green screen to work so I didn't have to box it. It could have just been my head exactly over top of it, just like Mario is in the Mario 64. But I couldn't get the green screen to work. I tried and tried and tried. I don't think it's the program I'm using. I think it's like my camera that I'm using. It just isn't good enough to like capture the full color of it and stuff. So that was as close as I could get.
Yeah, it was funny, man. It was definitely funny.
And let's see, what else do I got going on? I still got Fable going. If anybody's interested in that for the Xbox,
check it out before Fable 3 when the series goes bad.
Exactly, yeah. So check out Fable 2. You know, it's got a lot of British voices in it, so
it sure does.
Something. It can appeal to your guys' UK fan base.
Little Sparrow.
The first game was better though, when he can run around in his Union Jack undies. That was much
Well, have
better.
you got the HD re-release?
No, that's only Fable 1 for the re-release. It's not. I'm currently doing Fable 2.
No, but I mean, do you have Anniversary?
No, and I have no plans to
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's just graphics.
I've looked at it. Yeah, I've looked at it. I see nothing extra. I see nothing special. And I've heard that it's just as glitched as... maybe even more glitched than the original game.
Yeah.
Because those games only got worse as they went along. Fable was glitched a little bit, but nothing game-breaking. Fable 2 was a lot more glitched, but still nothing game-breaking. And Fable 3 was glitched so much, and yes, there was game-breaking glitches in it. So... yeah, they just got more and more lazy as they went along.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing, but...
it is.
Okay, so anything else? I mean, that's quite a lot of stuff right there.
That's about it for me on my channel.
Okay, what about you, Joe?
Well, I'm currently doing a Let's Play with you.
Oh, yeah, me.
Ratchet and Clank All for One, which I finally started uploading, which is a right pain. Thanks, Tom,
Sorry.
for suggesting that game, because it's a bloody PS3 game, which means I can't capture it very well, and that means that it looks crap on YouTube for some reason. But anyway, I don't... it's so annoying. Anyway, there's that, which is a fun game, as we found out.
There's one thing I want to say about that game, though. Like, you put up part 2, and you guys were talking about stuff making you laugh, and it really made me laugh in the end of that second episode when the title screen came up at the very end, when it's like Ratchet and Clank. And then we're both like, oh!
That's the game.
Yeah, it was on the tip of my tongue. Even though it's like half an hour. No, it's like 40 minutes in. Then it comes up.
And we'd already mentioned it. But anyway, so there's that. That's about it, really. I'm still kind of preparing for the next Let's Play, which should be sometime later this week.
Ooh.
Or even next week. Which I'm not going to say anything about, because I'm annoying and like to keep secrets.
Well, it's on the PS2. I know that much. Mm-hmm.
It's on the PS2. There you go. Have fun guessing.
Well, there's not that many games on the PS2, so it'll be easy.
No, you're quite limited.
Yeah.
But that's about it, really.
And with me, it's more Donkey Kong Country and more Spider-Man Web of Shadows on the 360. No real surprises there. So
now I can't remember if you said, do you get better or worse at Donkey Kong as the series progresses?
I'm gonna let you guess on which one.
You get better. That's
great.
great.
Yeah, man! I really improved my skills and honed the craft.
Oh, great!
I'm so bad at that I can't even get past the second world anymore. So I keep getting game over and have to go back to the beginning of the world. So.
Well, like I said last week, just keep an eye out for part 7 because I do one level and it takes me 20 minutes and I break down doing it.
That sounds like me in Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Oh. Yeah, it's brutal. God. But yes, I do get worse. A lot worse.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's much more entertaining when you say it.
Oh, man. So annoying.
I know, that's what makes it more entertaining.
Damn it.
Look, I have to go through pain and frustration. My only release is to see that other people are too.
It's just like, good.
Excellent. Mr. Burns.
Alright, well, thank you for coming back on the podcast, Cows.
No problem, anytime.
It was a jolly good time had by all.
It was jolly good. And we barely talked about the Zelda timeline.
Well, we've got literally hours uploaded onto YouTube of us doing that. So we.
No, I'm aware. I'm just saying I'm proud of
it.
us.
Yeah.
Well done, guys.
And thank you for joining me as always, Mr. McLuckable.
No problem.
So, yeah, we will see you next week.
See ya.
Boo.